And welcome to 123. I'm Frank, and tonight we're going to do things a little bit differently. Fortunately, the show started a little bit late. Had some issues with the XSplit VCam, and going to work on that. Really don't like that being there, and eventually that right there will be gone too, where it says StreamYard. But one of those ways that will happen is if you go on right now to Rep Sports. That's REP. I'm going to give you the spelling right now. If you go on to Rep Sports, that's REPPSPORTS.com/cart / never mind. And anything you order, you just put in the code of Wildfire FP. And when you do that, you will get a discount. For instance, on a 12-count case of Galaxy Burst Raise energy drink for $29.99, you will get a deal of $4.50 off of that, and all of that money goes to us. And I don't know exactly how much, but we do make some money every time that you purchase off of that site. So thank you, Raise and Rep Sports. And that way we will be able to get, like I said, instead of powered by StreamYard, it'll say, so on turnaround. Okay, so it'll say, so it'll be here, right? Yeah. So right there where it says powered by StreamYard, that will say the 123. And then the thing that's over my head right here, I've actually figured it out. Yay! I can do backwards design stuff. Okay, so we have XSplit VCam. Well, that's going to go as soon as we can get a little bit more support. Also, we are live. So if you have anything you'd like to say, you can talk to us right now. And you won't even have to be doing super chats because we are not in that situation right now, but I would love to hear from you. I am jazzed, and if you don't know why, let me tell you why. Yesterday was All Out, and I had a blast of a time, and I am very excited to talk about it. I'm definitely going to talk about it, and we probably will not get a chance to talk about various results of various WWE shows, and that doesn't mean that we're going to not talk about WWE from now on or anything like that. But what it does mean is that when we have a lot of wrestling shows that are definitely doing more throughout the week, we're going to talk about those instead. So without further ado, I am going to do what we always do and start. Also, one more thing. Tonight, I'm going to try here and there. I'm going to actually be talking about what's going on Dark right now. I've got Dark Elevation all set up, and I am definitely going to discuss things as they're happening. And maybe you want to go tune in on YouTube and watch that. And tonight, probably for the foreseeable future, we are going to be an hour long. Well, we're going to end exactly at 5 o'clock. And so I guess more like 50 minutes long because we started late. But let's get into our superstar of the week. And we are starting pretty soon. You're going to be able to go on to the website, onto wildfire.com/the123, and you'll be able to find out all about all of the superstars that we've said in past episodes, anything interesting. So tonight, we are going to talk about Wyndham Lawrence Rotunda. He was born May 23rd, 1987. He's an American former professional wrestler. He is best known for his time in WWE where he performed under the ring name Bray Wyatt. Rotunda is a third-generation professional wrestler following in the footsteps of his grandfather, Black Jack Mulligan. His father, Mike Rotunda, and two of his uncles, Barry and Kendall Wyndham. His younger brother, Taylor Rotunda, is also a professional wrestler, best known as Bo Dallas. Alongside his brother, he held the FCW Florida Tag Team Championships twice, while in WWE's then developmental territory, Florida Championship Wrestling, where he wrestled under the various ring names between 2009 and 2012. He also briefly wrestled on WWE's main roster from 2010 to 2011 under the ring name Husky Harris, most notably as a member of the Nexus. After returning to WWE's developmental territories, Rotunda was rebranded as Bray Wyatt, the villainous cult leader of the Wyatt family, with the group eventually making his main roster debut in 2013. He became a three-time world champion in WWE, having held the WWE Championship once and the Universal Championship twice. He also held the SmackDown Tag Team Championship with Luke Harper and Randy Orton under the Fire Freebird rule, and the Raw Tag Team Championships with Matt Hardy, once each. After taking a hiatus in August of 2018, Wyatt returned to WWE programming on April of 2019 with a new gimmick of a children's entertainer hosting a show called Firefly Funhouse. Shortly after, he also debuted a sinister alter ego known as The Fiend. He'd be released from the company in July of 2021. I'm a little bit shocked. This is really, like, if you have a time to come and work on this Wikipedia, please do, because, like, he's not exactly... One, it says he's out of wrestling, and he hasn't said that I know of. But anyway, that is Bray Wyatt. And usually we take a little more time, but we're going to try and streamline this a little bit so that way we can get to it. Now, you might not know what's behind me, and it is sideways. And that's what happens when you shoot something with a cell phone. Sometimes it'll read sideways to the background or whatever. And that's something will happen, and not much we can do about that. But yesterday, even though I am susceptible to COVID-19 and all that, I took a chance and I decided to, well, first let me tell you, AEW offered All Out to theaters in the area. And they always do this, apparently, which I thought was really cool. And I think that it's probably the next best thing if you can't actually go to the event. I mean, the next other thing, I would love to, go hang out with my buddies and watch it. But most of my buddies aren't as much wrestling fans as I am. I'm a pretty big wrestling fan compared to a lot of my buddies. So they don't necessarily want to go hang out and watch a wrestling match. But shout out to El Pollo Loco. But I do. And so what I found out is that, like I said, they have it in the theater and they show the pay-per-view in the theater. And basically what's cool is everybody in that area is going to come and they're going to watch AEW with you. And so I watched all 4.5 or how many hours of All Out. And I am totally jazzed about it. And there's going to be spoilers. So just to let you know, if you haven't seen it and you want to get the pay-per-view, then go get the pay-per-view and then come back, watch this on YouTube. It's all good. No harm, no foul. I will be totally happy and totally understand why you would do that. So I'm going to give the rundown of the show. And like I said, I'm going to totally give and hopefully I'll remember all the names today. And I'm working on putting together notes and just remembering the names. I feel really bad when I do that. And so I'm working on that. But also today, I'm going to after we talk about this, I'm going to talk about the GCW show that was this weekend. And so I think that'll be pretty cool. They don't seem to have maybe they don't have a website. That'd be weird. But I'm looking at that real quick. But so let's start off. Basically, we had the match that did, in my mind, it felt a little bit silly, but that's okay. I still felt like it was entertaining. I just, every time I see like a lot of cooperation, it does turn me off a little bit. I would like to see, but it was okay. We had the Hardy Family Office versus let's see if this is it. The Hardy Family Office versus the Super Best Friends, or the Best Friends, or Really Good Friends, or I don't know what they are, with Wheeler Yuta. And then we had Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and so we had Jurassic Express with them. Friendship Express? I don't know what they want to call themselves, but and then the Hardy Family Office, which was Matt Hardy, Private Party, and THQ. So that was a pretty good fight. There was a lot of there was one time where they all put everybody in a rest hold, and then it exploded out. There was like a chicken fight. It was silly, but it was fun. So and I thought it was good because it was kind of like watching the Bugs Bunny cartoon before you watch the main event or the movie, and I was perfectly good with it. So then our first match was Miro versus Eddie Kingston, and he had the shirt all ready to go with Redeem These Nuts, and it was a good fight. Basically, they told a good story, said that Eddie Kingston wanted to go after Miro's neck because that's where he was the weakest, and that's what needed to be done. And he was going to go for a street fight. He was going to go hard, and he did. He kept trying to work the neck. Eddie Kingston was smart. He tried not to be outside the ring with Miro, which was always a good decision because then Miro doesn't, plow you into barricades, which is a thing that he does all the time. So it's a really good idea to not be there and not get, thrown into barricades, because that's a bad idea. Then it turned out that there was an exposed turnbuckle, and Miro was going to use it, and the referee decided to get in between. And when he got in between, he wasn't paying attention to what Miro was doing. Miro kicked Eddie Kingston square on the nuts, and so then Miro capitalized on that, did the game over to a 1-2-3, and that was so there was no title that changed hands. Then after that, we had I should have put the match thing. Wow, we got someone watching. That's cool. Hello, how you doing? All right, so then we okay. Gotta work on it. Here. First time and I didn't say enough. My bad. All right, so we had and I'm trying to think who what the next match was. There's so many matches. Oh, it's John Moxley versus Merritt. Oh, I'm gonna butcher his name. Let me. You know what? I'm just gonna put the thing up there just so I can have at least a idea here. I'm just gonna. This is AEW All Out, because I'd hate to have the wrong. There we are. The card. The card's not going to tell me exactly what I want, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. All right, so there we go. All Out to 2020. We'll just use Wikipedia. Wikipedia, it's great. Okay, so then after that, we had a match. I said it's not in there necessarily. The buy-in. All right, here we are. And then we had John Moxley against Satoshi Kojima. And that was really, really pretty brutal match. It was a lot about Kojima getting his lariats out and just basically whipping into John Moxley, and it was really good. I think it took, I may be wrong, I want to say it took John Moxley 2 of his finishers to bring down Satoshi Kojima. And after that, it was a big surprise because then we had Suzuki come out, and also known as Grandpa. He came out and he they exchanged blow for blow just like it was Christmas. And finally, Suzuki put him in the pile driver and sent him out after the pile driver, and put his foot on him and declared himself a winner. So that was pretty cool. Then we had Dr. Britt Baker versus Chris Statlander with Jamie Hayter and Rebel. And that was a really good match. And I was, I think a lot of people were pretty sure that Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, was going to win. But I think that Chris Statlander was really, really showed that she has a lot of potential. And I think one day she will, in fact, be someone who's a contender or indefinite, and more than that, somebody who has the championship. So that'll be really cool. Then we had it was interesting because Chris got knocked down and was laid out outside the ring, and Orange Cassidy just got energy and anger from someone we've never seen, and yelled, "Get up, Chris!" It was the most amazing thing ever. And she got up and she fought, and it was a win for Dr. Britt Baker by submission and using the mandible claw, or I don't know what, I think that's what her submission is called, but it didn't say, does it? No, it just says that's what a submission is. And then we had a great match, the Lucha Brothers with Penta El Zero Miedo and Rey Fenix with Alex Abrahantes, and they defeated the Young Bucks, Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson, with Brandon Cutler. And this was a cage match, so that way there'd be no interference from Carl Anderson or Luke Gallows or Don Callis or any of the crew. And so first we started out with the Lucha Brothers with wearing traditional Mexican headdress, and with a person playing their actual theme song live with fire coming out. It was really, really cool. And then the Young Bucks came out, and everybody was just all the way crazy. The only jump off the cage was a cross body into the Young Bucks. There was so many crazy things. It's hard to explain this match except for say it's an amazing match, and that Brandon Cutler threw a bag, and in the bag was a shoe covered in thumbtacks that was used to bloody up Penta El Cerro, and I think it was used on Ray Phoenix a couple times as well. But Penta was just bleeding all over the place, and the Lucha Brothers beat the Young Bucks by pinfall, and it was a great match. This is definitely one of the go-to matches, but definitely check it out. And I'm not going to give the full everybody who I saw. I'm just going to try and give the highlights. But then we saw the 21 Women Casino Battle Royale, which was amazing. This was some of the standouts were Thunder Rosa, Nyla Rose, who I think came out at the beginning and stayed pretty much till the end until she was eliminated by our Joker, Ruby Soho, who debuted with the company, and then promptly helped Thunder Rosa eliminate Nia Rose, and then there was a good match between Ruby Soho and Thunder Rosa. And there's so many great women that were fighting in this contest. Eventually, Ruby Soho eliminated Thunder Rosa to become the number one contender and the person that will be facing Britt Baker whenever that happens. Then we had Chris Jericho. The entrance was looked like a countdown that ended with when Chris Jericho's career ended. And of course, it changed to MJF's theme, and he came out looking like the King from Hamilton, which was an interesting look. And I swear it looked like he had possums on his tights. I'm not really sure what that is. They were possums. They were, I don't know, some kind of a small field animal or on his tights. But I don't have great glasses, so hard to say. And that was a good fight. There was what they call a dusty finish because Chris Jericho, MJF thought he had beaten him because he had illegally used a baseball bat when Chris Jericho got his leg up, and so they restarted the match, and then Chris Jericho almost right away won, and that was very cool. Then also the next match, which was amazing, and my guy, I'm going to tell you right now, my favorite wrestler, CM Punk, was going against Darby Allin, and it was just really good pound for pound. Darby just so many coffin drops and a code red, and CM Punk was like trying to felt like he's trying to get his bearings, and then when he got them, he was moving, and I couldn't remember if he flew or not, like basically how much he flew and what his counters are, because it's been a long time, it's been 7 years, I haven't seen him, and he just started really taking it, and it was really good. And finally, CM Punk delivered the go to sleep to Darby Allin, and by pinfall, CM Punk won his first match in AEW, and in his return. Then we have Paul White we had Paul White. Well, I mean, it's not like anybody thinks that he didn't beat QT Marshall. But this was the bathroom break for everybody. I swear, they called it. Everybody said, all right, time to go to the bathroom. And like, that was like during the commercial, but like they weren't really too concerned about the match. It was a weird place to put it because it was number 9 and it was right before the main event. The main event was, of course, Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage. And Kenny Omega kept trying to, like one time he stepped on a table and smashed in Christian Cage, but then later we had Kenny Omega just doing all kinds of tricks, and there was so many counters. There was a super kill switch that became a super one-winged angel, and they were fighting just constantly, and Kenny Omega delivered two, I think, two V triggers, and was then defeated Christian Cage by pinfall. And but that they weren't done. Kenny Omega and the rest of the Super Elite started beating up Christian Cage, and then Jurassic Express came out for the save, as well as I think it's just Jurassic Express came for the save. They were still out. They were doing okay. Then Kenny's like, no one can beat me. They're either not here, retired, or dead. And then the lights went out. It was pitch black. They came back on, and we had Adam Cole, baby, coming towards the ring, and coming up against Kenny Omega. And then Adam Cole did a side kick right into Jungle Boy, and Kenny Omega said, "Oh, did I trick you? This has been my friend forever. I wasn't scared of him. This is Adam Cole." And then we heard Flight of the Valkyries, and Bryan Danielson came out. And I'll tell you, this was just an amazing match to be part of at a movie theater, and it was so enjoyable. I was really, really jazzed about it. I was really excited. It was great times, and I would definitely do it again. And also, I thought everybody was really well behaved. They had their masks on, and there was just no problem. It was really, really cool. I was pretty excited. So yeah, that was really cool. And one thing I was going to try and do, but this is going to be hard, is that during the match or during our live show, we have right now I'm watching Anthony Bowens try and pin the Varsity Blonde that's not Brian Pillman. Same hair. I can't think of his name right now. But yeah, so watching Dark Elevation, I figured I could give some of the results as I'm watching it, just as another little fun thing that we could do. Have to figure out how that's going to work, because I want it to just be kind of a cool thing that we do. One of the big matches that we had this weekend also was Game Changer Wrestling, and this looks like it's a subscription thing. I'm not trying to order something. I just wanted to. It's going to be interesting, because one of the things that I want to try and do, last year we covered Game Changer Wrestling as much as we could with all of the shows that were going, because they had a 24-hour event. This year, when they have their 24-hour event, we're going to try and cover it 24 hours. I'll probably actually have it set up on the TV and then try and come in and out throughout the day. It's going to be a little bit hard because, like I've explained before, with my I'll show you. Well, with my kidney disorders and stuff, I have treatment days, and so that does affect things. Let's see. Want to get it in the camera? This is difficult, actually. Nope. There. Will that do it? That'll do it. I think you'd be able to. Yeah, you can see it. There we are. Those are the places where they put the needles every time that I go for treatment. So I covered it, but it is a little bit difficult on a Saturday because my treatments are Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So Saturday is a little bit tricky, but Sunday I'm free, and Monday I'm free, and Friday I'm free. So I can do all of them but Saturday. So we'll figure out how that works, and I will do my best to do that. Right now, I'm looking for the Game Changer Wrestling. I don't know why Game Changer doesn't have. I'm trying to look. I've been trying to look throughout the whole show for the Game Changer channel as opposed to I'm seeing what I can find here. And right now, we got about 20 minutes left on the show if you're curious. But I'm looking to see what we've got. And while I'm doing that, just remind you to go on to Rep Sports, REPP Sports.com, and you can order yourself anything. And if you put in Wildfire FP, you'll get a discount, and we will get some money, which we can use to make the show a little stronger and get more things. Like one of the things is I want to start going to some of the events and cover them when we can. And I think that we'll probably be able to, go and get people to let us come to their events for as a media and everything. But as far as making sure that we have, and we want to have, we're trying to build up graphics and have some really good stuff. We started out as a podcast, and one time we were actually, believe it or not, a 2-hour podcast. Or no, we had 1 hour and another hour because at the time, my co-host wanted to cover a lot of WWE events, which I was cool with, but I definitely saw that this golden age was coming where we had this AEW, that was bringing in all of these what were once not as well known, or where they're all working together and kind of a golden age of wrestling. And I wanted to cover those. I wanted to cover ROH. I wanted to cover Impact. I wanted to cover those things and let people know about them. So that was something that I wanted to do. So it's something that we can do now. And because we're on YouTube, we can't use like Chasing Down a Dream, which was the original theme. Also, pretty soon you'll be able to go onto the website and we'll have all the stars listed, and hopefully maybe some nice press photographs or something like that of each of those stars, and you'll be able to look at kind of what days we think we might have said something about them. I'm going to try and get those dates. That's going to be on the Wildfire website, and that's being worked on as we speak. I'm trying to get all this stuff done, and there's only one me, but I am still trying to churn butter as fast as I can. All right, if you know what movie that's from, then awesome. So I'm going to go on to... Still trying to find it. I'm just going to look for the results, and I'll try and figure out how to get onto their site later, because I just want to know the results. They have one in Los Angeles coming up soon. That makes me want to check that out. But right now, we're just going to get the results for Game Changer Wrestling, and I think it was in Chicago. I want to say it was in Chicago. I'm looking for the information. Maybe it was the week before. I don't know. All right, let's look here, and I'll try and find it. All right. Yeah, here it is. Effie's Big Gay Brunch in Chicago. And so, yeah, this is the one. Okay, cool. Oh, Art of War Games. Maybe is this the one? Wait, maybe my dates are wrong. Let's see. 4-9 and 5-9. Okay, so we had 2. So I'm just going to give the results, which was we had Billy Stark defeating Jai Kai. And I don't have what style of wrestling that was. Then we had Tony Deppon defeating Ali Catch. And that was a pretty good bout, 15 and 21. Then we had the 2-ring ladder scramble F Fest, because I don't really want to get demonetized, although we do monetize ourselves, so I guess that's fine. Screw it. It's a fuck fest. Ninja Mac defeats Dante Leon and Jake Lander and Jordan Oliver and Nick Wayne and Shane Mercer and Yoya. War Games, we had Team MDK, which is AJ Gray, Alex Colon, probably the Colons, I'm guessing, Effie Menace Warner, Matthew Justice, and Nick Gage, defeating 440H, Atticus Cogger, Bobby Beverly, Eddie Only, Eric Ryan, Gregory Iron, and Ricky Shane. Then we had the world title, which was Matt Cardona defeating Frank the Clown. And then we had John Moxley defeating Matt Cardona for a title change. Then last night, I don't know what time, but I'm guessing not exactly the same time. This was at the Grand Sports Arena in Hoffman Estates, Illinois, which was Edith Surreal defeating Vetta Scott, Bare Knuckle Brawl, Para defeating Jordan Blade, Ace Perry defeating Frontman Jaw, Six-Way Scramble, Jai Vidal defeating Brooke Valentine and Dylan McQueen, and Jared Evans and Kata Murray, and Kung Fu Janela. Ashton Starr defeating Devin Monroe, Second Gear Crew Menace Warner and Matthew Justice defeating Billy Dixon, and MV Young, Dark Sheik defeating Ali Catch, Jake Atlas defeating Effie. That was Game Changer Wrestling, Effie's Big Gay Brunch in Chicago. And I'm going to actually look up, I think, if we have time. We do have time. I'm going to look it up. Game Changer Wrestling in LA. Let's take a look and see. GCW Los Angeles. Heist in the Room, September 17th. And at the Ukrainian Culture Center at Melrose Avenue, Los Angeles, California at 5 p.m. on Friday. So I'm actually could be available on the 17th. So let's see how much tickets are. So tickets are okay. Okay. Maybe it's not. Maybe they're not available yet. I don't know. Let's see. Highest in the Room. Oh, wow. Which is going to have Minoru Suzuki, which, like I said, just got off from fighting. All right. Let's see how much this is. All right. And it'll stream on Fight TV. But I'm thinking about going to this because it is in LA. It's going to be $40. Okay. All right, cool. I will consider this. This is a possibility. Well, we'll see. we'll see. I'll see. Maybe they have a press thing, and if they don't have a press thing, then that's cool. But I'll see what I can do. That sounds really cool. All right. And so that is GCW. And we got 10 more minutes. So I can easily talk a little Dark Elevation. TV's this way, so I'm going to turn. Oh, let's see. How can I turn so you can still see me? And I can see the screen. Okay, cool. So we have right now, Preston Vance is, I don't know. I think maybe he was taking out Garcia, which would be fine. And it's John Silver, Preston Vance. Next, we have J.D. Drake with the Wingmen against Dante Martin. This may actually be the main event. I don't know. We'll see. The pretty picture. And the Wingmen has been a really cool group in AEW. They have the Hollywood Hunk. They have the Hollywood Hunk. They have JD. They have the massive Man Caesar Bonone, and of course they have their leader, Peter Avalon. And now we have Dante. His brother doesn't seem to come out as much anymore. I don't know if that means that his brother, I don't know. But here comes Dante Martin. And we've seen Dante Martin just be just amazing. So this should be a really good match. And here we go. And Dante Martin flips over. It's pretty nice opener. I don't know how much of a I don't know what the rules are for like going and doing a play-by-play. Like, I don't know. Like, a lot of times reactions that I've seen, they're not exactly like a play-by-play. It's more like, ooh, that was nice. Ooh, oh, wow, look at that. That was really cool. Oh, you should check this out. I don't know. So I don't know what the rules are, and I guess I'm going to find out. And it's just been announced Ruby Soho's first Dynamite appearance will be live Wednesday. I'll be honest, I was hoping she might show up on Dark, but I think they've decided that all these, big names that they just brought into the company, they're not going to, just have first come out on Dark. Although it was interesting for the Saturday Go Home show, at the very end, CM Punk did show up and did a rendition of the Golden Girls. So that's a thing. And I think part of that's also because of just that Dark is technically occurring at the same time as the other shows. And so sometimes we would probably get Punk. One thing that's interesting is like right now, all of Punk's appearances are booked. But the one thing that was really interesting about Punk is that he would show up unannounced all the time. So I'm looking forward to that part. I think that'll be really cool. I'm super jazzed about AEW and where it's going. And I'm really, so as much as Jim Cornette doesn't like AEW, he complained, he's really been hyping up CM Punk and been saying that these guys that are coming are really going to change the game, and he has like a lot of respect for them. And I noticed that when AEW does something right, or in his mind something right, he really does say a lot about it. So I've noticed that, and I think it's kind of a cool thing. I wonder how long, like if there's any kind of a time limit on this. I've never tried. The longest I've ever been on is an hour. So, or well, no, we've never gone on for an hour. So we'll see how that goes. And we have Dante Martin. He is currently on the floor, and JD has him by the hair. It looks like he's going to go for a he's going to do a pile driver. Power bomb, and denied. And he's flying. He just kicked JD in the face. There he goes. He's just moving. I would love to see this kid with Ricochet. I'd love to see this kid with CM Punk. I'd love to see this. There's so many people. This would be a really. He's just really, really good. Dante Martin is going to be a name. Trust me. Really, really amazing. So yeah, this is awesome. There he goes, and he flips back in. Oh. And a little do-si-do action. Over the pole. Dante Martin hits his buddies. Felt like JD kind of launched him into his buddies. That wasn't well thought out. Into the wingman. And there we go. Dante Martin has denied. Did kind of a roll up. I think maybe a schoolboy. I'm not sure. Now we have JD. He's got him, and we had a nice body slam. No. And Dante Martin is still up. He's taking a little rest. There he goes. He's getting up. And JD is going to. JD looks really nice. I think they've got a nice look on him with the suspenders and kind of the spats and everything. I think it looks really good. And there goes Dante Martin. Wow, nice. With a splash. And that is it. We have Dante Martin winning, and so that was really cool. One more time, you can get yourself some Rays. It's for like a 12 count thing of Rays. I don't know how much Monster is, but I know that it helps out the program. If you go on to Rep Sports, REPP Sports.com, and if you put in Wildfire WP, you can get yourself a little discount and help us out, and we really appreciate it. Also, didn't bring it up, but might as well. TeePublic, if you go on to teepublic.com/gamingfix /stores/gamingfix GAMING-FIXX, and you make a purchase, then we get a little bit of money back. And pretty soon we're going to have the 1, 2, 3 stuff in. It's going to be probably a little bit after I'm done editing for Black and White Now in Color. And there's a little bit of news of Black and White Now in Color episode. Well, we'll just call it the deluxe episode, episode 6, whatever you want to call it, is episode 5 is finally coming out. Also, pretty soon we're going to have Black and White episodes. We're going to have all of the sketches where you can just watch them as you see fit. So now we've got Blue Sky, who's a Chicago native, versus Riho. and looks like that's gonna be pretty good. So I'm guessing, are they still in Chicago then? I don't know when they would have shot this. I don't know when they did Elevation. I don't know. Maybe they did Elevation maybe the night before, but that would have been Saturday, which they were already shooting Dark on Saturday. So I don't know. I don't know when they shot this, but it does look like it was taped. And we are out of time. But Dark Elevation, always a good time. Go check out GCW, Game Changer Wrestling, and we loved all out. And thanks for coming by and putting up with my nonsense. Have a great day, and try and enjoy Raw, I guess.